Greetings to all. Welcome back to Friday FreeCAD. Last class we were discussing on the topic insertion scale and what are the common thoughts and trends on insertion scale. So we discussed what happens when we enter a unit command, and in that flyout window we'll see units to insert the content, scaled content. So why is that? Usually when somebody is asked to change the unit, that is the usual practice, that go to that command and change the unit, and we discussed on that. So today we are going to discuss why to do that in order to change the scale.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So this was the main point what we were discussing in the last session, but I think still the confusion stays there with the people, like what is the difference between the unit and insertion scale. That was the point what we discussed yesterday. But still, today what we have to discuss is that why we need to define a unit and what is the idea behind the insertion scale. These are the two things what you have to do. Especially when you do or when you take another file from some other people to our file. So what are the settings what we have to keep in mind? These are the main points what we have to discuss today, especially during this time. So we all seen, means in the last session we have seen that when you type this UN command, we will get a window. From there we decided whether you wanted a decimal, engineering, architecture, different sets were there, and also the insertion scale. So what we have to discuss or what we have to take into our mind is that when we are taking one file from another location to here, how we have to define the units, or how you have to define the insertion scale. So what is the theory, or what is the main concept what we have to point? That is the thing what we'll have to discuss.
Yes. When mentioning about bringing up another file, we can discuss a topic on XREF. So like bringing an external reference as a drawing file. For example, if I want to bring a floor plan as an XREF or an external reference, and in that same floor plan, for example, that floor plan might have been done in inches or imperial system, and to that same floor plan I'm bringing trying to draw a duct, or bringing a duct drawing which is done in metric system, that is millimeter or another metric scale, and when I'm trying to place in that imperial system which is done in inches, there shows some mismatches. So how to solve that problem?
Exactly. So this mismatch is actually, what will be the reason behind coming? Is it because of they haven't given any insertion scale before, or what is the idea? Like actually, unit they don't have to set by default, I guess. They don't have to do anything with the unit in the screen, but they will be changing, or they will have to change the insertion scale to which they are going to insert, isn't it? So what is the file to which you are just taking the file, or which unit or which insertion scale they have? So if they're changing the unit into that manner, or the scale to that manner, only then I guess this will be fixed up in the exact drawing file, I guess, isn't it? So when you take any from different sources, when you add the files, then even if the scale what you define at the beginning, from that file, that the same unit or same scale you will get the file. So there will not be any mismatch with the size of the drawing, I guess. Especially this will be helpful when if people are working with Revit. See, Revit is again another topic what we have to discuss in the coming sessions. Because in Revit what happens is that we will be importing or we'll be linking the CAD files. So at that time also the same issue happens. Like sometimes our CAD drawings will look very smaller, or sometimes it will be more bigger. So I think this insertion scale will play a lot in that location, I guess. So this is one of the main point what I face when we were doing these all things. So that's what from my side.
So even though as we discussed, while we are inserting that external reference, it will show a flyout window in which they will ask in which insertion scale you want to insert the particular external reference file. So in that, if we are giving the correct insertion scale according to our base floor plan drawing or what drawing we have, I think we can solve that problem.
Exactly,
properly.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's the point. So there will not be any confusion
Yeah.
with any other people or other CAD files,
Mm.
and you will be getting a pure matching things.
Yes.
And especially here, one thing is more important, like the means coordinate system with which we are connecting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So even UCS is there. Like we have to define the settings and all. Hopefully, that point will be another thing what we have to discuss in the coming session, because many of the people are still confused about what is WCS and means UCS system. So there is another point which is directly connected to this one.
Yes.
Hopefully for the next day we will come with that point as well. So definitely we can just wind up for today's, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Bye.